Hello, 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 and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Yours truly, Dolphin. I always say yours truly there for some reason. You know, I get my routine and sketch. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me at Dolphin21 on Twitch, or Twitter, not Twitch. Twitter is Dolphin21. On Twitch and YouTube, it's Dolphin. Handelabra sells the multiverse, one deck dungeon, and bottom of the ninth are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as analog, cardboard, ink, and dice. And you can get the games and more info at handelabra.com. All right. So it's been 3 weeks since we last played One Deck Dungeon. We were in the middle. Last time we played One Deck Dungeon was actually the One Deck Dungeon anniversary week, where we were celebrating the 1 year anniversary of One Deck Dungeon, go figure, but also the phone release of One Deck Dungeon. And I promised that we were going to go through the entire Gauntlet for Forest Shadows, and it took me like 2.5 hours to do 2 games, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen in one single stream. So this is a continuation of that. This is part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I don't know if we'll finish it if it took me, you know, this long to do 2 games, but that's what we're going to do, is we're going to finish the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet. This is a part of my achievement hunting for One Deck Dungeon. There is an achievement for beating the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet. There's also one for clearing the Gauntlet in 5 games. It's the perfect match. And we are actually on track for that. I wasn't intending to be, as you can see I'm on veteran difficulty. But we are on track for that, so if we play our cards right, we could do it. But we'll see how that goes. Certainly it's going to depend on, you know, how hard these various fights are. But that's on the agenda for today, is the continuation of the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet, and we'll try to finish it in this stream. So just like last time, I'm going to try to not talk as much, although I failed tremendously at that. Now, let's see, it's a 2-hero Gauntlet on veteran difficulty, and we do have some progression. But both of these people have the same progression because I did both the same. And in our 2 games, we got Endless Assault. Well, we had the aggression focus, but the basic focus as well. Select a basic skill. We can choose anything we want. But we went with the aggression focus because Fearlessness, roll a heroic die, good on combat encounters, is going to make, I think, this a lot easier. It's not good on perils, though. But for perils, we can eventually attain blind luck to gain either a strength 2 or an agility 2 or a mana 2, which is generally not good for single squares, but can be put into the big challenge box and will essentially lower the difficulty by 2. So we can also re-roll 2 dice in combat encounters, but re-rolls aren't guaranteed to be good. And that's kind of the decision I made on both heroes. I don't know if it's good to have both heroes double up on a single focus. Could be worthwhile in a general 2-player setting to have one hero focus on peril skills and the other focus on combat skills, just because it can balance out the difficulty of the game. For instance, if I start this round and I end up in only perils, then the aggression focus is useless. It does, however, work on bosses, so I will have 2 extra heroic dice on the boss. And I think we're going to focus on the 2-diamond difficulty for today, so we're going to go into the Vile Roots. So, Sapling Swarm, add time to the consequences if any challenge box has more than 3 dice. So, at first I was like, oh no, it has to be 2 or fewer, but now more than means, you know, more than 3. So it's actually 1, 2, or 3 dice is fine. 4 dice, and then there's time to the consequences, and it's not for each, it's just for 1. So it's only 1 time if any challenge box has more than 3. Crawling Vines has no extra rule. Cursed Fog, subtract 1 from each resist poison roll. So resisting poison will be made harder, and there's going to be a lot of poison consequences innately, in addition to whatever the cards have. And the boss is the Corrupted Tree, who also has a lot of poison squares, but also has the rule, add poison to the consequences if all skull boxes are covered. So the only way to really avoid poison is to not cover one of those boxes, but in exchange you take 2 damage, which is what you will get if you fail the roll. So it doesn't really, you know, help at all. But this is, let's see, agility, strength, and mana essentially balanced. Mana, you know, 2 points higher than strength. Strength 2 points higher than agility. But on the front side, you know, obviously strength is super important as from the forefront. Agility is going to be necessary in order to cover this 4, and then mana to avoid the poison. So it's kind of, I would say, fairly balanced in all 3 stats. So we don't really want someone who's more focused on one or the other per se. And the rules from last time, I was going to force myself to only use the Forest of Shadows heroes. So we have the Alchemist, and I think we did use her in the first match, and I think we said let's use 2 other ones, but I don't even remember what we did in the subsequent matches. The Warden, the Slayer, the Hunter, and the Druid. And I say I love the Alchemist because the mix ability makes you more likely to use potions. The Druid, spend time to roll a strength or an agility, but not on bosses. Synergy aura, choose a color. You and your partner each reroll a die of that color. Didn't actually check the Alchemist one. The Chris, for every 2 mana spent up to 6, you or your partner may roll strength or roll agility. And 1, 1, 2 mana. 0, 1, 3, 2, 2, 0. I'm just gonna look at the stats first and foremost, actually. 1, 3, 0, and 3, 0, 1. So the only one who's kind of balanced is Hunter, but she has no mana. But it might be fair to say Hunter's going to provide the strength and the agility, and someone else provide the mana, and that could be the Druid. Also the Alchemist, maybe. But Alchemist also would want to be spending mana towards Deadly Chris. So that might be the 2 heroes, our Druid and Hunter, which I think is what we had selected just to plop these down. So that will give us 3 mana, 3 agility, and 2 strength, which is actually not too good right out the gate because we do want to have 10 strength. But we do have, and this is a combat side, so we do have the 2 extra heroic dice that we can use. So the Druid is more mana focused, so a mana skill might be important and probably the better one. I mean, Piercing Blast reduce the difficulty of each armor box by 1. I mean, this is an armor box. There's no armor on the boss though, so I don't know that that's going to be too nice. You do have to spend 3 mana on it in order to lower at least this agility 4 into an agility 3, so it's kind of expensive in the end. But Force Bolt is pretty good because you can spend the mana and spend any amount of mana and get a single strength die or a single agility die. Essentially, you can get a 6 if you spend your dice right. Hunter is strong in strength and agility. True Strike, I think, is probably the better strength skill. And, I mean, there is certainly merit to Double Strike. Turn your worst strength die into a total of 6 in strength dice, which would help cover this square for sure. Indomitable, reroll up to 3 of your dice. We do have plenty of rerolls, and this is a combat skill, so I don't need to really worry about that one. Increase another of your dice by this die's value, kind of falls in line with Force Bolt, except it doesn't replace, or it doesn't add, or it doesn't create a new die, it just increases another die, so that's that might matter. There's also the peril skills, increase 1 of your dice by 1, or if choosing a peril option would cost more than 1 time, reduce it to 1 time. But I think we want to go probably with precision. Well, actually no, let's go with, I'm actually gonna go completely contrarian and go with Double Strike. So we can put our worst strength die or even our worst heroic die into here and get 3 or a total of 6 strength dice, which can go towards the strength square here, and that should come in handy. Alright, so we'll play with the Forest deck, and I generally like Aid. I kind of default to Aid. But there is merit to Antidote with the fact that poison rolls are subtracted by 1, so they're less safe. I don't like rerolls. And discarding the encounter card means you don't get the spoils. So I'm going to stick with aid. Alright, so let's start. So we see we have our 2 fearlessnesses. We have our endless assaults. We have our our things. Alright. So synergy aura. We can re-roll a die of a single color on both sides. Flank. Your partner increases the die by 2. So it's probably good I went with the strength skill instead of an agility skill because we already have an agility base skill. And this is the combat, so good start. But we skip the heroic feats step. Kind of balanced in stats here, though. We do need a mana 6, which is a little unfortunate, unless we want to just take the consequences. Strength item, agility skill to gain a heroic 4, which is kind of True Strike in agility form, except you don't have choice in the color. We might be able to do this. I mean, we probably will be able to do it with fearlessness, but the mana part is a little scary, but let's go ahead and try it out. So since we have these skills that roll heroic dice, it might be worth, I mean, not might be worth, starting with these skills right out of the gate before you make any decisions, probably wise. Unless it involves spending time, which in this case it doesn't. Alright, so we do have a mana 6, which is great. And there's no armor, so I can put it right away. Strength isn't good, but I mean, double strike actually will guarantee we can do this. I think that's probably a good idea. The agility, we can certainly at least put those in there for now. And we can't cover the 3, and there's a 4 here. So, this covers everything except 1/4. There's several options here, though. So this is actually not your die, unfortunately. So, using flank isn't going to be too nice. Endless Assault, we can re-roll this, and then Synergy Aura we can try again. And there's, you know, there's actually, I want to say it's a 25% chance, because these 2 dice are independent, of rolling at least a 4 with the first re-roll. And then if you include this, the third re-roll, it could work out. Don't need to Force Bolt. That will, I mean, you could Force Bolt and, you know, get a agility 3, but that doesn't help us at all, because this 3 doesn't help us anywhere. Oh, actually, no, it kind of does. Maybe. If I Force Bolt and get an agility 3, I can then put this in the flank, and that will actually work. And it saves us the effort of having to reroll. There we go, everything's covered. Alright, so strength is our weaker stat. I don't know, I mean, like, getting that heroic 4 at the cost of 1 agility die. We don't have many dice, though, so I'm going to go with the die option. And the hunter is the one that's more strength and agility focused, so we'll give it to the hunter. We'll try to force, you know, try to divide the colors up correspondingly. So the Great Spirit. Unfortunately, this is a peril, so none of our skills will help us here. So we only have the base dice. 3 strength or 3 mana. Struggle free, therefore, the easier option, but have to get a 3 with 1 die, and then a 10 with 2 dice is going to be very challenging. And I do actually have to cover the armor first. Forest Blessing, reroll a die and gain a heroic 1 essentially means you can put it for free into whatever skill, like double strike or flank even. But I'm just gonna flee since we're not good with perils for the time being. Combat is good. Before the encounter, convert 1 poison on a hero to heart. Well, that's fine. There are lots of strength here, though. No agilities. We're full on the hunter side. We could give it to the druid temporarily. The potion, roll a strength die and gain a strength 3. At least gives us a potion token if nothing else. I mean, we didn't collect many potions in previous games, but that's kind of the only direction we can go here. But yeah, we do need lots of strength. I mean, double strike actually will be very handy here because we'll cover all of those armor boxes. We do have the 2 extra heroic dice. The agility can convert to heroics. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Do I want to spend time to place a 4? Or do I want to spend time to roll a strength, basically? I kind of don't want to spend time, but time is certainly better than taking damage. I mean, there's actually not many consequences on this card, since more than half of these squares are armors. There's only 3 hearts and 1 poison at one time. So, if I can't cover everything, I'm only spending 1 time in addition to taking, you know, damage and stuff. So I'm actually just gonna, you know, try my best with what I have. We rolled a mana 6, and actually it's a really good mana roll. Not a good agility roll. Actually, no. First, fearlessness. Always start with fearlessness unless there's a penalty otherwise. Because that will influence our further decisions. Now, double strike will be done with the strength 1. Oh, we can at least cover all the armor boxes. And we can cover this. So all that's left is to cover that strength 10, which we definitely can do. As long as we use Force Bolt. Alright, that's why we didn't use the heroic skills. Or the, whatever those are called, heroic feats. I could take the potion, but taking the potion would also, like, if I gain a potion token, I could heal, but I don't have to heal, so it's kind of, ugh. Hello, Snakebird Priestess, and yes, we are using the aggression tree, which is making this a lot easier. I'm just going to take the strength die. Even though I want my druid to be more mana focused, it will make struggle free easier on that card. Another peril, we have the Bramble Field. We can clear a path, certainly. Agility die, strength-based skill. Roll a strength, a agility, and a mana. Increase one of them by 1. I think that's a good skill, even though it involves a roll. It does cost 2 strength, but Hunter will certainly be able to afford it. And yeah, we'll go ahead and clear the path. I don't think we need to do this. We have 4 dice to roll, a total of 10. Should be doable. Scary roll there, also a scary roll because unfortunately, even though we did roll a 10, we didn't get a 3 or higher. So one option is to take the penalty. 2 damage, 1 poison. The other is to use my potion to avoid the penalty. But since we have no current damage, it might be okay. Yeah, I'll just accept my fate. I mean, it is dangerous though with, you know, if I fail the poison roll, then I lose the game. But we do have the Great Spirit who does provide a leaf symbol, so my poison roll will be increased by 1. So I'm just going to explore right now because this will guarantee I lose the poison. Even though I rolled a 6, so it's, well, whatever. Alright. Go here. Another Bramble Field. Provides the piercing potion. Ignore all armor icons in this encounter. I like this potion a lot. And so I probably will take the potion, although the item is mana, which I said the druid wants. But getting that potion early makes it so I can worry a lot less about the armors. Plus, it will also heal me up a little bit. Alright, so almost a dangerous roll again, but we did at least cover all the squares. Take the potion and we can heal someone, and it doesn't really matter who at this point. I'm going to leave the Great Spirit there for now because it does provide at least a leaf. Moss Golem, add 2 times the consequences for each heroic on this card. Awareness, ooh, that's a really good skill. That helps a lot in perils. So I think we're going to go for it. We're a little weak on the agility side. So let's roll an agility die. All right, that covers that 4. And if worst comes to worst, I can use piercing to avoid this 10, so I don't want to spend this here. I mean, I could put that in any other square, but we already used 1 heroic feat that spent time, so let's limit that. Fearlessness. And fearlessness. Unfortunate there. I mean, we do have Endless Assault. We have not used Endless Assault yet. But definitely going to use Double Strike there. We do have Balanced Attack as well. We also do not have a mana 6. So this will be... Oh, I guess we do have this heroic one. So let's put the 1 and the 2 into there. And let's see our options here. So the mana isn't going to help. The agility also isn't going to help because we already have an agility 5 and a 4. And the strength, well, that doesn't really help either. These don't help. But if I increase it by 1, we can do a 5, 3, 2, and a 10. So that at least covers that 10 up. And so we at least have things we can put in some squares for now. I think I'm gonna move this there because you need agility less. So our strength is technically fine. We just need to get 6s somewhere. Force Bolt at least guarantees we'll have a agility 6. Flank, oh, we do have flank, and then that kind of changes things. Yeah, we unfortunately have a lot of reroll skills, and so it definitely makes it harder. But we do have flank, which can increase... Where'd my 5 go? I just had a 5. Oh, there it is. Place it on there, I'm like, where'd my 5 go? Alright, so Force Bolt to get this up to a 6. Or not Force Bolt, flank, and then put these towards Force Bolt, and then we can get a heroic... And then we get the agility 6. There we go. And let's take the awareness skill. Nice. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Can I undo? I can... Nope. Nope, come on. There we go. As long as I don't check anything and learn information. Ooh, Charmed Panther. I like Charmed Panther. Or not. This is not Charmed Panther. Charmed Panther is the skill, but this is Panther. I like Charmed Panther's skill, though. Unfortunately, I don't know that it's necessarily better than Balanced Attack. And I also don't really want the agility die. Charmable Panther. I mean, Charmed Panther is a great skill. And Balanced Attack isn't guaranteed to get me a good number. It essentially turns a strength die into an agility and mana die. Because you also get a strength die back, and if you put your 2 worst, assuming your 2 worst aren't actually 6s, you know, it can kind of improve your score. So I think that's fine. This is also, well, it's actually on a 2, so it's... I assume that if it's on a difficulty 4 experience card, it must be valuable. And we're definitely going to enter. We have awareness. But what am I going to do here? We have a strength item. both of this and that are 2 experience, so this isn't even good for experience. I guess we're gonna sneak by him, and we'll just take the experience. Although arguably we could probably just take the... Oh, jeez Louise, bad roll. I can give her the 2! Man, that was crap. Well... Even if I use piercing, I can't do it. If I use piercing and aid, I can do it, but I would also take this 1 damage. So I guess I'm just gonna have to take the consequences. Yeah, I haven't gotten that yet. To be, if you just tuned in, we are actually doing the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet. So, we are very limited. We can't even see it, but we're very limited, you know, in what we have because our progression chart started out empty. We are in our 3rd game though, so you know we did get some of those skills. We'll take strength or agility. Let's keep this strength. Do I want to do the Great Spirit now? I don't want that skill per se, but the mana die could go towards the Druid. Yeah, it is the Fearless Gauntlet, so yeah, I am getting extra experience, or 2 extra experience points for reaching the boss. Alright. What was this one? The poison one? The spend time for each poison in the party, lots of strength, piercing will help. So we'll go ahead and do it, actually, because with piercing I can ignore the armors. That is a decent skill for sure. I just need more slots. I need more slots. So I should level up then. Good rolls there. Oh geez, I don't even have a good choice for double strike. Actually, double strike and balance attack are kind of a nice combo. Alright, well we have something for double strike! Do I want to do that towards balanced attack? I guess that it's basically if we need to, I guess. Because we kind of... Okay, we have a lot that we can do. Don't necessarily need to use balance attack, especially because our mana is good, so balance attack wouldn't actually help there, and we don't need agility, so yeah, balance attack is kind of a waste. We do have a 5, we do have a 5, we have a 3, we have a 4. Actually, yeah, we're good. Because of that. This roll makes up for the last roll. And... yeah, let's just level up. Getting that heroic... I mean, obviously I'm going to have to gain experience somewhere since we're out of items and skills, but... anyway. Thorn Spitter. Fireball is a good skill. Not better than awareness, I would say. I mean, awareness we would want to replace by the time we get to the boss. And Hunter doesn't want to lose balance attack for that because she has no mana. And both heroes have their strength limits. But we do have... so we have 2 experience here, so we will roll over with 2 experience, so that will be nice. Because 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 minus 6 is 2. We can leave a 2 card behind. Okay, so we will go and strike down and hope to not have a bad roll this time. So we have something that covers what will become the 2, and actually, yeah, so we are golden with awareness. Thank you for rolling the 1 and proving my point that I don't need your roll. Alright, well, level up. Yay! And let's heal the Hunter. Healing the Druid would at least make it so if I do take poison damage, the Druid could survive, but we'll be fine. The Knoll, you cannot place heroic dice on dungeon challenge boxes. So I can't put heroics here, but we do have lots of strength. So we'll enter. I'm not going to use my feat. Because if I can avoid spending time, we can also fight the other thing. So this is kind of a big decision because, you know, flank on Druid could increase it by 2, but, you know, Hunter has more use for dice. Force bolt, however, but I don't know. Let's just give it to the Druid because your mana, I mean, I guess you know, whatever. Your mana isn't going to be spent on the squares, but could be put otherwise. And then I guess there's also something to say about the fact that heroics cannot be placed on this 10, but we have a good strength roll to start with. Something to put towards double strike. We have a 3. This is super overkill, so probably putting the 4 there would be smarter. We can put exactly 7 there, and we can put a super big number there, and then we can do that. Just cover all the squares. Alright, so, taking the potion now would heal us a little bit, so let's do that. Heal the Druid. Because I don't know if it really mattered at that point. Alright, now we can go to the Great Spirit. With Brawn, Struggle Free is a little better. And I do want to give Druid mana dice, so let's go and do that. And I don't want to spend time because that will lead to damage. No peril skills, so this decision doesn't matter. And then an awareness, which doesn't change that, but yeah. All right, we got you the mana die. Woo! All right, floor 2. So these armors can be ignored with piercing. We are at 4 potions. Gonna need to make sure we don't, you know, lose out on potions. If I gain the potion token when I have all 6, it does nothing. Alright, Druid is at their item limit, but could replace their strength with mana, but currently you don't have much need outside of Force Bolt. Swiftness Aura gains me an Agility 3, and it's good in perils! So I'm gonna go and remove the crystal. So 5 dice. And these are lowering by 1, so 8, 4, 2. We should be fine, right? That's 14 over 5, so that's a little, that's 2.8 on average, so that should be doable. I always think in terms of average rolls. Oh, we gotta, I can't use awareness right away, I need to roll the dice. Alright, we have a 2 and a 4. Unfortunately, we also, oh no, actually this is a perfect number, okay. We did it perfectly. Excellent. Alright, you don't have a use for agility, so I guess Hunter is the one. It's at least something that could feed into flank. Oh no, skip the heroic feats. Alright, I can actually give Druid the fireball now. Woo! Lots more squares than last time, but I'm doing it. Kind of selected Hunter without thinking, but that's fine. Got this mana 6. The mana's covered. Fireball! Woo! And that is Monye. I like that emote. I like that a lot. Casty spells. The spell skills tend, or the mana skills tend to be pretty good. Especially the one that says select a color or select a number, change all of your dice to 6s, or change up to 5 of your dice of that number to 6s. Okay. I mean, we don't need strength for much, but hey, double strike. So really, so the strength is essentially, like, yeah, the strength is covered, so we can just go into balanced attack right away. We don't necessarily need it, but that gives us a mana, an agility 6. Mana less good. Might be better to go for the strength, I guess, but we don't really need it, do we? I mean, increasing the mana does mean nothing, so I guess I'm increasing the strength. But yeah, there's lots of things you can do here without much effort. Actually, all the agilities are covered, and all the manas are covered, and all the strengths are covered. This game's too easy. Okay. I just made a lot of beginners mad at me. Alright, no poison in the party, so this is a good time to fight you, and the piercing skill will make this fight pretty easy. Or piercing potions, so I'm gonna skip the feat. I love the piercing potion for encounters like this one, so getting it super early is nice. Means I can kind of go into this fight quite fearlessly. That word. Ooh, good roll. Excellent roll. We do not have an agility 4, but I mean we obviously have that. Our strength, I mean obviously we want to save something for the 10, but I mean we have stuff for the mana. And I mean with, like, you know, a loss of efficiency, you know, there's that. So I just have to finagle. Oh, double strike. Yeah, why don't we do that? In fact, let's remove the dice, actually. Let's use the button I never use. Because now I have something for there. Woo! But yeah, that did do it, just after certain dice were on certain spots. Because armors. There we go. We're already kind of at the point where we're not even caring what we're doing. Alright, Druid is at their limit, so, I mean, so agility is the one we have the least number of, but we do have this free 3. Pulverize, spend a strength die, roll roll heroic, and then increase by 1. We're rolling in heroic dice here. And we do have an excess of strength dice with this 3 dice here, the double strike. 2 of them go into balanced attack, and then this could even be a heroic if needed. Or do I just want the agility die? I don't know. We need more heroics. Oh, actually, I'm full. I can't actually take that without losing something, and which is better? Gaining an agility 3 or spending a strength to potentially get a heroic that is at least 3. I'm just gonna take the die, make this easier. We're now balanced in dice, 4 each. Add poison to the consequence for each 5 die on this card, so... And they tease you by putting 2 5s right on the card. Might be worth plopping a 4 down, especially because there are lots of agilities and strengths. No manas. So let's place a 4. I'm not going to put it on this box because we have piercing if worst comes to worst. I could lighten the strength load, because strength is stretched a bit thin right now. Oh, fireball. I forgot about fireball. So that that gives us 5. But I guess with flank that also increases it to 6. So our strength is better. So let's cover this on a agility square. Oh, I just put you on you. So mana is going between fireball and force bolt. We have 5s. All right, there's a 6. Do that one, I guess. And then let's see what this does. If we get a 5, that might help. Okay, that gives us an agility 6, and this also gives me a this heroic turns into a 6. The mana is useless, so we'll increase the strength. But both were pretty bad. Alright, so the armor, I guess, first do, and then we can cover the corresponding boxes there. Avoid putting 5s on this card. Unfortunately, we don't have a strength 4. We have a strength 5, but that adds poison. We can fire. Oh, no, fireball won't help. But I can, I can force bolt, I guess, to get that. Actually, yeah, that will do it because we already have that covered. So force bolt will give us exactly a strength 4, and there's no 5s. Oh, and there's also that 3. All right, we're good. No consequences. Both heroes are at their item limit. Both heroes are at their skill limit. Precise blow. Spend a strength. Gain a strength 5, agility 2. Which is, I can't use that in perils, but in terms of combats, it's a little, I mean, it's different than Swiftness Aura, basically. I spend a strength, turn a strength into a 5 and gain an agility 2. Which is a little worse than Swiftness Aura. I think I just want to go for the experience. Yeah. I want to keep the peril skill. Peril skills tend to feel a bit weaker, or at least look a little weaker. But that's because it works in peril encounters, and not many things work in perils. Clever Smash also is interesting. Let's see, climb up or fly over. No peril skills, otherwise we can't use Swiftness Aura. We have 4 of each color. I could use bronze, so strength might be a bit better. Yeah, let's climb up. $18 with 5 dice is 3.6. Well, it's actually 15 because it's lowered by 1. 15 with 5 dice is 3. All right, skip. This is unfortunate. I do have to cover that. So I guess, I mean, Brawn guarantees I will do it. Aid will also guarantee I can do it. Piercing guarantees I can do it. Yeah, and the consequences are rather steep. So I guess we're gonna utilize it. We'll use Brawn because it's cool looking. Oh, but now this square has more, so I actually removed the wrong one. We want to have not more than 3, so there we go. That was another consideration I forgot about. Alright, so we just need 3 experience to level up, and I can't, even if I have 4, there will be not enough to do excess. So 4 experience is too much. I can convert the strength, actually converting strength won't level me up. I can convert this mana, and I will level up, and I'll also get a heart. The skill, Clever Smash, also good in perils. Roll a strength and be discarded to gain a heroic 3. Would want to go towards the hunter, but neither of those skills would level me up if the druid takes it. she would lose one of those skills, and we're trying to keep her mana focused, even though we're not really doing a good job of that. So we'll take the item, we'll convert the mana, we'll level up. Unfortunately, we don't heal because we already healed, but we got the potion token back that we burned, so that's good. All right. Invulnerability, I don't really like. Prevent 2 hearts. Essentially, it's curing 2 hearts, although I guess it stops you from dying, so it, you know, could be useful. But I guess I'd be going for the item. 5 dice. No peril skills. If I grab the stone, though, I mean, I could just grab the stone and get the experience. I can grab the stone and take the potion, but I don't. I mean, it will give me a potion token, but if I grab the stone, we do have swiftness aura, which makes this a 10 and makes it easier. Fine, I'll grab the stone. Gosh. Also, it opens up the door for transformation, but no. We're past the point of using heroic feats. Not good, though. Well, I mean, let's see what happens here. So that essentially did nothing. And yeah, that's also pretty bad. So I think I'm just going to do piercing. Or can I not use piercing? Because I... Oh, I can't use piercing because it's a... Okay. Yeah, it's a combat potion. Okay. So increasing this by 1, increasing this by 1 will do it. So we'll aid. Oh, and I probably should make sure that these were on the same side, but I picked the right person for that. Okay. We're good. We're not at the point where I don't care about what I roll, apparently. At least not in perils. Combats might be fine. Dice may not be re-rolled or increased, so this actually is going to be pretty difficult with the 6 there, but it's always going to be difficult. No mana on this encounter, yet again. I'm a little more worried about getting the strength 6, so I'm going to use transformation. Oh, hey, there we go. Beautiful. All right, good. I can't use piercing in this encounter, so I don't really want to place a 4 then. We do still have Force Bolt. Force Bolt doesn't count as an increase or a reroll, so I guess that is something to bear in mind for, you know, things. And yes, I do know I have Fearlessness, but we do have a pretty good roll here. In fact... There we go. Only 1 skill needed. Alright. Another chance at Exploit Weakness. Swiftness Aura and Exploit Weakness gives me a free Heroic 4, so I'm going to do that. In combats, but also against the boss for that matter. Alright. Another finesse. Or no, not another finesse, but... It's like Exploit Weakness, except it's an Agility 4 instead of a Heroic 4, and you get a Strength die, but we don't really need Strength dice too much. We want to avoid 5s, and we do have Force Bolt, Fearlessness, Flank, so I guess, unlike the previous one, we can do this without the heroic feat. Like, we do have a 6 there. We have a 6 here. And we have a 6 there. So where does that put us? 6 there, 6 there, there's a 4. Oh, that's a 5 though. I want to avoid doing that. So I just have to get a 4. If only there was a way I could get a 4 somehow. So I guess it's finesse versus exploit weakness, but I prefer exploit weakness, I think. Because that's heroic versus an agility. Even though we lose out on the strength die. But I mean, like, we also fireball, so... Oh, hey! That's the end of the floor, because we kind of forgot to explore. Oh well. At least for my usual idea of progression, I am healthily into level 3 on the 3rd floor, so that's good pacing, I think. I will almost certainly get to level 4 before the end of this floor. Another chance at finesse. I think the game wants me to get finesse. I don't know why. Alright, Swiftness Aura will make... I guess it's basically the same between Contain and Crawl Under, except we do have 1 extra mana die. I'm just gonna Crawl Under. I'm gonna just be safe with Transformation. I mean... So time is a little less of a factor by virtue of the fact that we are doing pretty well. We can probably already fight the boss. Getting to level 4 would be nice, but spending time is not too big of a deal right now. Druid is at the item limit, Hunter is at their skill limit. I guess I might as well put this towards the Druid. I mean, I don't really need mana at all on the Hunter. We do already have 1 agility die on the Druid. We have a heroic. So. Oh, hello. The Wisp with 8 squares for mana. The Wisp, I think, looks scarier than it is, because a lot of these are tiny consequences, so even if you can't cover one of them, it's fine. So I probably do want to use these skills. Let's just cover a 4. I kind of want to cover one of these, but it's actually a bit better to cover one of these. Like this mana 3 or this mana 3 is worse than this mana 4, even though it's a lower number. So let's cover the poison, because poison is hard to get rid of starting at this point. And I don't think this is going to help per se, but I mean, it does give me finesse, I guess. Or at least an avenue for finesse if I roll like a 1. Like this. Alright, cool. I don't want to put a 6 into finesse, because then that 6 turns into a 4. Ugh. Well, at least we have options for rerolls. We haven't used the reroll skills yet in this game. I mean, really, anything that's higher than 1 can go towards the manas in some capacity. Finesse is almost certainly going to be used. And that gives me that. Oh, these agilities are pretty bad. We do have Swiftness Aura. And I guess one of those goes into Exploit Weakness, so that's not bad. Double Strike, and I could also try for Balanced Attack. No reason to increase the agility, and I can't increase the mana, so we'll increase the strength. So I'm definitely going to use Endless Assault on these 2 manas, because I can't do any worse than 2 1s. Alright, I got something better than a 1. Fireball, but this also, well, I guess it doesn't, this one doesn't really have any other use. Gives me a 5 I can put there, although we already had the 6. Do we, I mean, let's just see where we are at. Because obviously decisions have to be made, and oh my gosh, everything's covered. Alright, done. Spend 2 mana, roll a strength and an agility, discard one of them, strength die. Well, awareness, I have to bear in mind, it's not going to help against the boss. I'm going to take the item. Whoops, actually. This goes to the hunter. It's at least, you know, strength die. A rickety bridge. Let's sprint across. I'm so tempted to just do it. The opening shot is annoying because I can't use awareness yet, and I want to cover this square. I guess that covers that. Should be good then. Even though we're kind of using our good dice on low numbers. I can't use this against the boss, so it's not as effective. I'm going to replace the agility on the hunter because it gives me 3 experience more. Well, 3 experience, which is 1 more than it would have. Oh boy, this guy. Well, should be fine. Flame Walk is a beautiful skill. Holy crap. Lots of numbers needed here. Kind of hard to say what I need more of. My strength is probably fine. Is my agility fine? I mean, I guess I have finesse and swift as aura and exploit weakness and balance attack, so I guess okay. Do I want to place a 4 on, say, a mana square to lighten up the mana load? I mean, well, we do have fireball to cover that 5. And we have balanced attack and a heroic 4 that can cover that square, so I'm just going to skip the feat. I guess that one goes there. Oh. Oh, okay. I think, no, our strength is fine, so I'm going to increase the mana. I'm going to be spending time. It's only 1 time, unless I can increase dice. Actually, so what we can do is use fireball. We could also probably increase that by 2, assuming this is your die. It is. So I can get something for that square, and then I got a flank. And I can remove that 3. Alright, there we go. We're gonna take Flame Walk for sure. And and either of these will level me up, so I'm gonna say finesse. Actually, am I gonna do that? This is a good time to get rid of awareness. So now I just don't want to get into a peril encounter, although it doesn't really matter too much. We are at level 4, so we have an extra heroic die. Ugh, this guy. Spend time for each close the door, meaning I will take damage right now if I fight you. Is it worth fighting you? Well, get a mana die. We already have 5. Blitz, roll a strength die, increase die by 1. Essentially, put your worst strength die in here and increase another die by 1. I don't think it's worth it. Let's try another door. And then let's fight the boss. We have 4 potions and we're very well set up otherwise. Mana die or reroll a dice, gain a heroic 1 that can go in any skill. The reroll isn't really too important. It's the heroic 1, and who's going to benefit most from that? I guess Hunter, because it can go towards balanced attack. So let's display prowess. And if I spend time, I take damage. And we can heal it. We have potions. Especially since we lost our finesse. Not finesse. Whatever the thing was. Hello! 4s, 5s, and 6s. Hello! Even more 6s. Holy shnikes. Could have done this almost with only 6s. Alright. Oh, we have another chance here because we did the time. Okay. I don't think I'm going to fight this guy, though, unless this skill is bonkers. That is not bonkers. It's actually not too good because I don't really have many... I don't have a hero who has a lot of agility, strength, and mana, so... Alright, we're fleeing. Alright, let's fight the boss. Let's see how this goes. This should be, like, totally fine. The only issue is going to be getting 6s, but we have lots of ways to try for 6s. See, this is why fearlessness is so good. I can use it on the boss. Look at this. We have like 4 heroic rolls on the boss alone. What? By the way, we're out of heroic dice. So before we start exchanging for heroic dice or even using Forest Blessing, we're out of heroic dice. I actually probably don't want to use Exploit Weakness right away. Because that heroic 1 was something I was going to put somewhere else. But do I want to do the do I want to do the reroll? Let's actually, before I do that, kind of figure out where we stand before I do that. It might be fair to do double strike though, because I mean we still have exploit weakness or balanced attack for the heroic 1. I don't want to finesse with the 6. I guess finesse with this 2 would be good, assuming this 2 is going towards agilities. We have flame walk, so that 6 is gonna go there for sure. If I spend these 2 mana 3s, I don't really have a good way of getting fireball unless I put this 5 in there, but and then force bolt as well. But if I put this heroic here, that covers that. So we're essentially just covering these squares. So let's see where we stand just here. And we're no longer in the proper dungeon, so there's no more penalty for covering a thing with more than 3 dice. I think we're actually fine right away. Yeah. 1 poison because all skulls boxes were covered. Oh my gosh. I have to roll a 2 or higher to survive. And I did. This rule is actually a lot harder in a hybrid deck because a successful poison roll does not remove the poison. We have 1/6. Actually, this roll is much less good. But we do have rerolls. I think we're immediately gonna reroll on the 2 heroics, but before we do that, oh, we disconnected. The question is my internet outright dead? No, it's not. We should come back quickly. Or maybe not. Oh, reconnection successful. Let's wait for this to show up on this side. All right, I see myself. Good. Welcome back. I don't know what caused the disconnect. My internet seemed to be fine. All right, we have flank to increase something, so like, well, that doesn't help here because we already have the 6 covered and no other 4s here. I guess we can use finesse to get an agility 4 and then increase that by 1. We don't have enough for fireball. Well, I guess we do if we do like this. And then flame walk can be done with this. And actually that gives me an agility 6, so probably should do that. I don't know if I want to do fireball. Well, I guess it doesn't hurt. It gives me 5 mana back. And I can get a strength 6 with force bolt. But first let's re-roll a die. Let's re-roll a strength because we're trying to get a 6. We did not get a 6. Put this in double strike. No, but now I have to discard. Okay, so I don't want to do that because we're actually... I guess, okay, no. So it would make more sense to put these into balanced attack because that's worse, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez, Louise. I mean, the issue is we already have dice that can turn into strength 6s, and our strength is otherwise good. We can cover the 16, no problem. So I don't want to increase the strength die. I guess I want to increase the mana because our mana is weaker. It's just annoying. And double strike. Well, actually, still, I don't need a double strike, right? Like, the issue isn't that I need to get more strength dice. The issue is that I need a strength 6. So I guess if I turn this into a heroic on the Druid side, I could then get a strength 6. Or no, actually no, never mind, because that's there. Okay, never mind. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I could also just, you know, take the damage, but I don't want to. Alright, everything's covered. Alright, one more round, because, you know, 7. Barely succeeded again. Okay, there's strength 6s. Last time I had an issue and that I couldn't get a strength 6. This time, I have strength 6s and no one else. I guess I also didn't have any 6s last time. We got the agility 6 through fire or through flame walk. No, we did have mana 6 though, so I don't know. Anyway, we have a strength 6. And flame walk would give me an agility 6. And fireball might as well be used. And that makes our strength solid, so I can convert the dice to other colors. I could also try to save this 6 for heroic reasons. Which I could do like this. So this 2 is floating around. And we are out of strength dice, so I don't want to use double strike. I could do balanced attack. I guess I could have done that with Forest Blessing. That might make more sense. But I don't have a mana dice. Let's actually... no, let's do balanced attack and then save Forest Blessing as well as Endless Assault. In an attempt to increase this by 1, which is... holy... Alright. Let's then use Forest Blessing. That is a little better. And I guess we do have flank. I forgot about flank. Alright, let's flank it up. Keep forgetting about flank. We would actually survive right now, so we're fine. We've won. If I end the round, we've won. But now we've won, and we also don't take much damage. Alright. Victory. So let's take the Blind Luck skill. And then Bull Rush is the only one that we can really work towards. There's, I mean, like, there's something to say about durability or crafty, but... Alright. It is a 12. We're going to continue the run. Choices between Lair of the Indrax or Smoldering Ruins. Oh geez, Smoldering Ruins is terrible. We're gonna save that one for last. Immediately discard any 3s is also terrible, but is at least not taking half my dice away. Alright, Lair of the Indrax. Lots of strength and mana needed on the boss, agility in the context of needing 5s and 6s. So I'm gonna go with a team of mana and strength this time. And let's select 2 heroes first so I can actually see their 2-player versions. This provides strength and mana. And this provides slightly more mana. I'm going to go with the Alchemist and the Warden this time. I think. This does make me a little weak on agility. We don't really need agility until floor 3 other than, you know, general cards. But we also have the skill, the aggression focus. So, you are going to be more mana, but you do also have Deadly Chris. So, bear in mind your mana is going to be stretched thin if I also go with a mana skill here. But you do also have an agility that could be increased by precision, or can use to increase another die by precision. Warden has lots of strength, so I think we're going to go with True Strike this time, just to mix it up. And you don't have armors. Or no, you do have armors. Ooh. Because Piercing Blast will actually work. And work really well. It will lower this to 19, 19, 4, and 5. Which is certainly very exciting. So we're going to do Piercing Blast this time. Alright. I actually changed the difficulty. Cool. I did not know I could do that. I thought you were stuck to the difficulty when you started the thing. Okay. Forest Deck, Cure Aid. Let's start. Blind Luck also works in combat. It's cool. And what's the rule right now? There's no rule. Okay. Lots of agilities. We do have Blind Luck, but it doesn't help because those are only 2s. True Strike could help. I probably want Precise Blow. Yeah, we'll take Precise Blow. We're not as strong as we used to be. Why can't I just keep playing with the same heroes? I just want to do a New Game Plus. Can we have a New Game Plus Handelabra? I just want to stay strong. Okay, we have some 5s, but unfortunately, add poison to the consequences for age 5 die on this card. Ugh. I mean, I guess I can use Protector to avoid spikes. That's that. I guess this 5 would basically want to go there because otherwise I don't really want to put it on this. We do have True Strike. Oh, might as well be heroic. Oh. I guess we're going to use Endless Assault. I'm going to re-roll these 2 because Deadly Chris could benefit from that. That's a 6. That's good. And I can make a heroic 3 to cover the other. Alright, good. Precise Blow. With Precise Blow, I can actually use Blind Luck into Precise Blow, so that's nice. Poison Cloud. Bear in mind, we have Blind Luck now. Finesse's return. We probably want dice. I mean, this does give me a strength die kind of indirectly. Also combos well with Blind Luck. Blind Luck, agility 2 into agility 4. This actually might be better. 3 mana, 1 agility. Well, I guess we're gonna go mana. And Blind Luck will do it, actually. Blind Luck is going to make Perils a lot easier because it basically lowers the central square's difficulty by 4. We are playing with the Alchemist, so any potions I gain... I should probably gain potions whenever I can because it basically counts twice. I just kind of entered without thinking, but... that might be a bit of a bad decision, but this is actually the perfect encounter for us because we don't need agility as much. Or we don't have that much agility, so, you know, we're more strength and mana focused, so this is kind of the perfect encounter for us, is what I mean. Alright, we can cover those there. We do have a mana 6. Whoops. That was not the color I wanted. Alright. Both heroes are at their skill limit. This is going to put me halfway to level 2, so even though I could benefit from the item, I'm going to take the experience because... oh, this also gives me a heroic die there. Perfect. I can only store 1 die at a time. Oh, jeez, Wisp. But the piercing potion, which again I like, and it, although it doesn't really help me too much in this, you know, it does kind of lighten the load. I can ignore the agility on the boss and, you know, suffer a heart and a poison consequence, but... so I'm gonna enter. I know I don't have that much mana, but Blind Luck actually is really good in this because it will cover 2 of those 2s. Kind of doing this without thinking, but it's kind of the obvious decision. Well, and Fearlessness, I guess, which can influence our decision there, but that's actually decent. Our agility, I mean, we can finesse for a 4, we can first roll. And we can true strike for a 4. Precise blow won't give me what I would like, although it does give me a strength 5, which can turn into a heroic. Alright, so we should be good. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, True Strike. That was one of those was True Strike. That's right. Potion. Add 2 times the consequences for each heroic die on this card. So True Strike is not an automatic heroic die. This is another awareness thing, which, you know, nice to find early, but we kind of already have the skills, or not these skills, but some skills that are nice. So we don't really have room for awareness. This would level me up, so it does give me a heroic, so it might be better to just take the experience then. And with Blind Luck, we don't need awareness as much. Although Blind Luck and awareness is not going to help because those are not 2s this time. Okay, well. So we're going to enter. Nice strength roll. Didn't really need it. We do not have a mana 6, but start with Fearlessness, that's right. Well, that gives me a 6. I do need another 6. That was not a 6. Well, let's put that towards Finesse, I guess, because that one is otherwise useless to me. Annoying. We can re-roll, I guess. Well, alright, so and let's bear in mind, I don't want to do, yeah, so this 6 actually adds 2 times the consequences. Which is annoying. So it kind of has to go there. So I guess Precise Blow, and I'm going to do... Aid would give me a 6 on Alchemist's side. It would also give me a 5 to cover that square. And that would avoid 2 damage in 1 time. And since we are the Alchemist, we do kind of can use potions a little more freely. The Warden would probably be re-rolling this. I mean, that covers that, so we wouldn't really want to re-roll that. Oh. I guess 1 damage is fine. We could also protect to prevent the damage. So let's first try this one. Is it re-roll? Re-roll 2 dice exactly, so. Doesn't give me a 6, but it does give me a 5. So let's re-roll these 2 with Alchemist, since they're otherwise not doing anything. And it didn't help. I could also just take damage, because, I mean, if I level up, I'll get a potion token. So I'm going to ignore 1, and we'll take a damage. And then we'll level up, which will then heal me. There we go. Consequences are your friend. Alright, dice may not be rerolled or increased. We don't really... Oh, I guess Endless Assault is a reroll skill, but we don't have other increased skills. Yeah, I'll just use it. We are flooded with heroic dice. Oh, first do that. Alright, that's good. A little bit good, I guess. We don't really have good agilities here just yet. I mean, that 3 covers that, so I guess we're going to put the heroic there. Doesn't help. I mean, we did have blind luck, which is otherwise not going to do anything. Oh, those 5s are annoying. I don't think there's a good way to cover those 5s. Is there a way? Actually, like, we do have 2 manas here. I mean, like, we do have Deadly Chris, but that doesn't guarantee I'm gonna get an agility 5. Like, this mana square, I put 2 of the 5s in. This has the potential to give me a heroic 5. True Strike gives me a 4. That can go there and just frees up this 5, and that gives me another heroic 5. And then I can easily cover that mana square. So yeah, there's actually a good way of getting mana, of getting 5s. Why are you so dumb, Lude? Why are you so dumb? Oh, because I'm dumb. I don't have enough. Oh. You know, let's go back to the point that I used True Strike and not take a heroic 4, because that, you know, I'm kind of cramped on heroics, it turned out. Fun fact. Well, I guess I could have also used blind luck. Lots of options that I didn't realize were open to me. Alright. Spark is actually a cool skill. It's also a peril skill, which makes it nice. But notice we haven't taken any dice yet, so we kind of probably want dice. Although we don't really need the agility dice. I'm gonna take the skill. As dumb as it is. Another wisp. But again, it's scarier than it looks. Blind luck works well. We do have Spark, but we don't have a means of funding Spark. Well, Finesse. Maybe. Well. We have lots of 6s, but this is not an encounter you really need 6s in. Ah. Man, I feel like I'm wasting all my luck in this encounter. Well, let's do the blind lucks. I don't know if it's necessarily wise, but we'll do the blind lucks. Because that covers those. Yeah, then we can... We do have enough heroics this time to do this. I could have gotten a 6 and a 4 instead of a 4 and a 4, but doesn't matter because it's the Wisp. Alright, let's take the die this time. Just give it to the Warden. Warden's the strength person. Alchemist is the mana person. And agility has to be discovered somewhere, below we kind of do have avenues for agility. Alright, another dire boar. Exploit weakness. Strength die. I kind of just default to putting the heroic on the bottom, but it does actually matter. And actually, Alchemist has more use for heroic dice. But it kind of doesn't matter because we have fearlessness, which gave me 2 1s. You. Do you have a 6? I mean, well, we don't need a 6. We need a strength 6. Blind luck and finesse might do it. Hey! Finally, a roll that worked in my favor. Might as well do spark because putting 3 into it. Yep. Oh, I can't increase it. Yeah, I guess it could have been bad, but it wasn't. All right, I need a 5, which we have. All right, good. All right, strength die or an agility skill, which can be funded with blind luck. So basically, this gives you a free heroic 4. I mean, it's not free, you're losing blind luck, but... Or do I want the strength die? I guess the free heroic 4 is kind of tripping me out. Blind luck, I guess, like, it by itself is kind of like it seemed like it was lackluster to me, but it actually funds a lot of skills. So it's actually nice in that regard. It doesn't work too well in, like, Spark, but it does help. Bad mana rolls. Spend time for each 6 rolled. Thank you for rolling 6s, guys. I truly appreciate it. This is a situation where fearlessness might be a bad idea, because if you roll a 6, you spend time, but I'm going to do it anyway. I didn't roll a 6. Spark might also be a bad idea. Finesse could also be a bad idea. It's actually a very bad idea because you already have the strength covered, and the agility doesn't help when you need the 6 there. Yeah, that agility 6 is going to be hard. Yeah, spend time for each 6 roll. By the way, we have 2 6s on our own card. Thank you. And I can cover those now. I can cover that. But I have to somehow get a mana 5 or an agility 6. Well, Precise Blow gives me a heroic 5. And I can just use Protector to avoid the heart damage. Transmute. Use another skill without paying for it, but spend time, which can be a really powerful skill, except we don't have such expensive skills. But imagine, you know, a skill that requires 3 agility dice that gives you a heroic 6. You can use Transmute to get it for free. But I don't want to necessarily lose these skills per se. So I guess it's the item. I don't really want to take an agility item, but I mean, we do need dice. We do need agilities too, eventually. Ugh. Focused plan. Which I mean, it does. I mean, it could benefit any of these heroes because, you know, actually with Blind Luck and Focus Plan, you get a 3. Early game, you take whatever items you can find and turn them into experience later. Yeah. Like, the only real reason I took experience instead of an item was to get to level 2 faster, because that heroic die is very useful. But yeah, it can always turn into experience. It's not like I'm stuck with it. I just would prefer a little more mana for the Alchemist. Is this an encounter I can do? 2 hearts, 3 poison, 4 time if we can't do anything? Screw it. And we're losing the heroic and the strength. But it's okay. This encounter is going to be terrible once we get to the 5th dungeon. Let's give this to Alchemist this time. We did not get an agility 5 or 6. Got a heroic 5. So our strength is covered. We do need lots of mana. I mean, 4 of the manas can be gotten from Blind Luck if needed. So I guess Precise Blow, Exploit Weakness, maybe. This gives me a 4. This gives me 7 there. Bear in mind, I am short on heroics now. Yeah, finesse might as well be used. All the good that did. Let's make a heroic 3 on the Alchemist side and put that into Spark. That gave me a 4. Yep. So again, we do have Protector to avoid the poison. If I can just cover this square, which there is a way to do it. I mean, there's actually several ways. Is there any other way I could possibly get the agility 6 right now? Rerolls. Let's do the rerolls. That made that worse. Beautiful. Well, let's... actually, I'm going to lose dice if I do that. Let's take the 2. Just frees up that one. I can put that there, and I don't need this heroic anymore. Let's take... You still have the reroll, so let's give you an agility die, and let's give you a heroic die. And then do Endless Assault. Nope. I mean, we do have, like, essentially 6 potions, but that would require me to aid twice. Although, I guess... if this is the same person, I don't remember whose it is. Yeah, we could aid once, and then we would do it. But, I mean, I'm just going to use Protector. As long as I remember to recover that square. Alright, Focus Plan. Both heroes are at their skill limit. That makes it a little tragic. But, I mean, but that replaces Spark. And I kind of like the Peril skills, because you can use them in Perils. I guess it would replace Finesse on the Alchemist side. The problem is I won't have an agility per se. Alternative is just take the item. I'm going to take the item. Now that we lost, or we exiled a strength die, let's give the Warden more strength. Whee! Skip heroic feats. Oh, guess what? I don't have any I can use. Ugh, my agility rolls are so bad. All right, fearlessness. Help me, fearlessness. Strength is not going to do anything in this encounter, fun fact. Well, not nothing, but... finesse gives me better agility. Might as well spark. Well, that's... We already had a mana 6, but hey. That does something. I mean, like, there's several ways I can do this, but I am constrained by heroics right now. Yeah, so right now... I can't just get a heroic 3 and a heroic 4 because I don't have enough dice. Enough heroic dice. So we're gonna have to... Oh, we do have True Strike. Okay, that might make it... Okay, yeah. That does that for us. Okay. Both heroes their skill limit. Warden already knows this skill. I guess Alchemist could get it, but then you don't really have enough dice for that. Well, let's just give... Let's fill out the items on both. And I want to stay on this floor. I'm going to stay on this floor. We are at full health, so I can afford 1 damage. And it's only the first floor, so it's not too hard just yet. Poison Cloud. Mana would be a little easier, especially because we do have Spark. It's going to spend 1 time, but you know, that doesn't matter at all. We have something to put in Spark if we need to. We don't need to. Alright, both heroes are at their item limits. Both heroes are at their skill limit. Alchemist already knows the skill. So... And the second floor is not an agility floor, so... I think we just want the experience. I could replace this and get 4 experience out of it, but I'm going to save that for a rainy day. Experience, or health is pretty nice, because it, you know, makes you more willing to take damage. Especially when you start with 3 health, because, you know, 4 health is a 33% improvement. Thorn Spitter. Again, someone already knows this skill. And both heroes are at their item limit. So this is an experience one. And oh my god, we have 7 strength dice. Yeah, we're going to strike down. Like, we're not even going to think. Well, we're going to use knowledge because... I'm going to lose, or I can only store 1 die there. But yeah, we have blind luck. That's the only one. So it doesn't matter who rolls this die. But I mean, like, we have like a bajillion dice. The problem is we need 5, so it's not necessarily trivial, but we got it. Okay, and then it's the same situation as last time. We'll just go for the experience, and now any 2 experience levels me up to 3. Any 5 on this card converts to poison. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. This will need to be done. Oh, nice strength roll there. Fearlessness. Okay. We do have a man. No, we can't. We don't want to do agility 5s there, or we don't want to do 5s. Period. We have a 6. All right, that's good. And then we can do that. I have to figure out how I'm gonna get an agility 6. Is the problem? We could also just use protector and ignore the poison, or we could just take the poison. But you're on floor 2. If you fail a resist poison roll, do not remove the poison token. So if we start accumulating poison, not only will it be pretty hard to, you know, we'll most likely fail poison rolls, we'll also proceed to take lots of damage from poison rolls because we will never remove the poison dice. I guess we're gonna have to aid. I mean, aid would be the simplest solution to turn that 5 into a 6, and it will cure Warden, which is good. That's why I take aid a lot. It fixes a lot of problems very simply. But finesse gives me that requires an agility. That's why. So I do need bugger. I guess we're going to convert. Let's. It's almost certainly going to be. Yeah, well, this will help cover the agility parts. Then that frees me up something for finesse. And that covers up that square. The strength is covered. The mana is covered. So all I have to do is cover this. Rerolls could do it. So I definitely don't want to reroll this because that's something that can be aided, but we can just reroll like these two and these two. Because it's not going to affect anything. So blind luck isn't going to help. Like there's a 6 here, but I don't have another 6 other than the strength 6, which is, yeah. I mean, there could be a reason to spark, because if this gives me a 6, I could free up this 6. But to do that, I would need to spend, you know, this die. Which I guess, I mean, like, there's lots of ways to get mana at that point. Or not mana, but agilities. Or heroics. I don't want to spend this directly into Spark, or do I? Do I just want to spend it into Spark? Because it's not... I guess the issue is I need to save that 6. Yeah, because I need to be able to get that 6 out in case Spark gives me a 6, which is actually like 50% likely because it increases by 2. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Oh, I guess it's just reveal the card. So I guess we're going to get this heroic and we're going to put that in the Spark, because worst case I can just move the 5, but bugger. Why don't we have, you know, the skills that increase dice? Well, I guess we could still Deadly Chris, though. In fact, we can just put the 6 into that. No, we wanted to save that. No, actually, no. If we roll a 6 straight up, we're good. All right, so we'll Deadly Chris. Wait. Whose 6 was that? Was that Warden 6? Bugger. God damn it. These are all the wrong 6s. Well, I guess we can just use blind luck. There's no other reason for it. Alright, Deadly Chris. And it doesn't matter who rolls these. Give them all to Alchemist. No! Man, this is... I mean, I guess 6s aren't... Like, they're 1 out of 6 chance. So it makes sense. All right, time for rerolls. Oh my god, fives! Fives! All we can roll are fives! Fives! Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Alright, aid. That was like the worst 5 minutes of my life. Not really, not at all. That's actually an exaggeration. Are we playing Yahtzee now? Hello, Draken24. Yeah, Yahtzee! We rolled 5 fives. Both heroes are at their item limit. I could get a mana on the Alchemist. If I convert this 4, the problem is those are 2 3s, so I would not, you know, bump up. Or I would not save an experience point. So I guess, I mean, Warden is the strength person, so I guess Alchemist will just replace the strength die. Yay! We got the potion! Alright. That was so hard, my gosh. I mean, it wasn't hard, but just annoying. Alright, there's a potion. Kind of worth getting potions whenever you can with the Alchemist. Dodge vines, break through, because we have 6 dice less than we had last time. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that just yet because we just leveled up, so we're not necessarily going to get this heroic back, so we'll skip it. We have lots of dice. We have blind luck. We just need to roll 5s. Alright, we got 5s. Okay, potion. That makes perils a bit easier. For the encounter, place a poison on a hero, but we get the immunity skill to ignore time and a poison or an item. And this does work on the boss. We have piercing. With immunity, we can just outright skip this 5 in the lower left, which is nice. We haven't actually used Piercing Blast yet. Haven't had a good opportunity. We did bring that mostly for the boss, though. Alright, poison on one hero, give it to you. Oh my god, lots of strength. It's a good thing that, you know, we have lots of strength. Do I want to roll this die? Might as well. This is the time to roll a die. Also, this guy does not have any agility on him, which is perfect for our team. Okay, we got some things to cover those squares on the left. But first, Precise Blow is probably a good idea. Exploit Weakness is probably a good idea. True Strike, but I can't get a heroic right now, so let's be careful with that. Finesse gives me another strength die. You know, just in case I don't have enough. So where does that put me on the strength? It's just short. So now everything else is mana. Which that gives me 12. And that gives me 7. Perfect. Do I want that skill? Or do I want the item? I mean, it's an agility item, so it's not too useful. So I'll just take the skill. It's a free skill, and it can be used in perils, so you automatically ignore a time and a poison, basically, for the rest of the game. Well, unless it's added at the start of the encounter, in which case you can't do anything about it. Such as this guy. I feel like I've been here before. Well, precise blow. Well, I guess start here. We do have one fewer agility die, or heroic die than last time. So it probably could just be True Strike, like, without much thought. Okay, where does that put us? 5, 5, 12, and then that 8 is a little more problematic. 12, and 7, and I mean, it's not even problematic. There we go. Warden is at their skill limit. Alchemist does have 2 agility dice. Prevent a heart of damage and gain an agility 6, which is, you know, actually perfect. So we'll give that to the Alchemist. So now we have 2 really good skills. We've also successfully taken both of the rock worms out of the deck, so we're never going to see rock worm ever again. Ah! Ooh. Balanced attack. I want that on the Warden. It means I'm going to lose one of these things. Well, we're going to go clear a path. Got 5s. Oh. I'm going to lose the strength 5. Is that problematic? I mean, we can increase one of these dice by 1. Hopefully it doesn't change this 5. But I do want that. I'm going to keep exploit weakness. That heroic 4 I like a lot. Okay. Probably want that item. So we're going to climb up. Okay. One more thing on this floor. So I guess we're just gonna go for the item then. Yeah, because it's strength. So enter, struggle free, skip, roll. Two 5s. Okay. Maxed on skills. We are now on floor 3, which means from this point forward, all 3s rolled will be discarded. So that's going to make things a lot harder. So I guess balanced attack isn't actually too good of a skill. Both heroes are at their skill limit. Both heroes are at their item limit. We can get more strength to the Warden. Bolster is the answer. And we're going to gain experience, so we're going to use the heroic feat, and we're going to discard the die. Great. And actually definitely wants to go to the Alchemist because Spark. That does make Spark also a little less nice, because if I roll a 3, it gets discarded. But we do have 5, 6, 6, 4, 2. Okay, good. More strength dice for balanced attack, which is possibly gonna roll 3. Ah! Okay. We're basically gonna fight whatever we find. because experience will level us up. And we have an extra heroic die because of knowledge. Got lots of nice numbers there. I mean, some 3s, unfortunately, but another nice number. Another nice. What? 2s of heroic 6s? What is this? Okay, so I would like to get faint, but I have to spend 2 agilities, and my agilities are actually good. Immunity. I mean, like, we definitely have the strength, like, needlessly covered. Yeah, this is kind of nuts. Oh, but we do have a heroic. Okay. That does influence things. But you can faint. But it depends on where these dice are. We only have the 1 mana right now. So we have to free up some of yours. So which one of these were yours? Those 2 were yours. Unfortunately. Well, let's do balance attack and see what that agility gives us. Nothing good. Also, the 3 got discarded. Ah, better. Okay. This 4 can go there if we can somehow get another mana, or I guess that. Okay, done. No, but that's another. No. Gah. So annoying. I guess we can faint, and then that gives me that 6, and then we have to give you some other die for finesse, which is your. Yeah, that's your. Okay, so then and then finesse. Doesn't matter what this is. 3, perfect. So now where's the poison? Oh, there's the poison. Alright, Devastate. Oh boy, actually this might be better, even though it involves spending time, because balanced attack is risky. Devastate is more certain. It will give me a strength 6, agility 4, mana 4, which... So that will cover those skulls on the right. With Piercing Blast, the agility 4 would cover the agility on the bottom left. It doesn't help with the 6s though. But Faint does. It's not for the faint of heart. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to struggle free, right? Or I guess it's not even 7 strength versus 5 mana. Both heroes are at their skill limit, and rerolls are dangerous. So we're going to go for the mana item, I guess. But we don't really need it, unless we want to lose the agility die, which I don't want to. So we're going to go for it for the experience. That gives me a 5. Ooh, good. So everything else goes towards the 10. And that's perfect because, well, everything else was terrible. Alright. This levels me up! Yay! Bear in mind, I now have 0 potion tokens, so I might want to use Mix. If I'm going to gain a potion somehow. Before the encounter, spend time for each closed door. So there are no closed doors. Yeah, our agility is crap. I mean, we can get an agility 6. We don't really need it. Our strength is bonkers. And the worst part is we don't even need bonkers. Jeez Louise. I mean, we have numbers there. I mean, okay, so we need to also cover this. Oh no, actually. Okay. Oh yeah, True Strike. Duh. Also, we were avoiding something. Oh yeah, we used immunity. We're ignoring a time and a poison, and with Protector, we can also avoid a heart or another poison. Jeez. Alright, roll seals are dangerous. Although this does increase a die by 1, which can actually benefit Devastate. Basically spend a strength die to increase a die by 1, and maybe roll a strength die that you won't discard. Okay. Ooh, Exploit. This is a beautiful skill. We're gonna take it. So I'm gonna just climb up. This will... I mean, I can stay on the floor longer, but I think with Exploit, we're done. Oh no, they discarded it! But yeah, we can fit that in the Alchemists, which is good because the Alchemist has the most agility. We have a lot of things that give agility. We also have a lot of agility skills. How the hell did that even happen? Jeez Louise. All right, we're gonna just fight the boss. We have essentially 11 potions, which means we have lots of aid. Let's just balance these dice. All right, we have piercing, so we can kind of ignore the bottom 5 and 6 with Protector and immunity. We can also ignore their consequences, but first let's see where we're at dice-wise. So we can Piercing Blast to reduce the numbers by 1, but we might as well just use Piercing, right? Because, like, I mean, Piercing Blast versus Piercing, jeez Louise. I mean, like, I don't know, actually. Well, let's use immunity, because you can. Fearlessness, right? Do that. See what we get. Okay, that's good. Oh, geez, not again. Is this my internet? I always have to check if it's my internet first. No, it's not. So for those of you watching on YouTube, hello. I'm gonna just send Krista this video, because otherwise she has to string them together and it's just more work for her. But less work for me to just upload it to a place where she can get it. Alright, reconnection successful. I should appear again in 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. Oh, I flashed. Okay, there we go. Yep, I see myself. All right, good. Welcome back to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded stream where we disconnect every 30 minutes. And it's not even my internet, apparently. All right. Like, I kind of don't want to have to deal with this 5 and a 6. I'm just going to use Piercing. And since I don't have to heal, I'm going to use the mix potion. So now all the shield icons are gone, and with immunity... Does immunity actually benefit Devastate? It just says ignore. It doesn't say, you know, prevent from consequence, so... Actually, let's see if Protector does it. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. Also, what happens if I use... Oh, I can't use Piercing Blast now. So what if I use Piercing Blast, and then I use Piercing? I'm curious. Oh. It undoes the -1. That makes sense, I guess. Okay, but I kind of don't really want to have to deal with those armors in addition to everything else. Let's finesse, I guess. Ugh. Oh, it got me a 4. I'll just move these 2/2s in the Devastate. I'm gonna spend an agility die because we need fewer of those. And then I can increase one of those by 1. Or this one. Well... There's kind of no reason to even increase one of these. I mean, the agility I don't really care about, so I'm going to increase the mana, because we actually need a little more. So I'm going to use Piercing, whatever. Just make this easier to decipher what's going on. So we can exploit if we want to. Let's use Feint, because then I can cover this one. I guess that also loses exploit, but we're not really exploiting. So the bottom 5 and 6 are, well, we fainted to ignore the heart, we immunity to avoid the poison. So I just have to cover the mana and the strength now. So I have to cover the mana now. We're done. Okay, you have 8 HP, so I just have to do this one more round. Cover everything in one round, and we've done it. Not as good a roll this time. Discard that one, sure, why not? Remember when I rolled all 6s? That was great. Oh, yeah, you kind of want to do that, don't you? Somehow I didn't discard any strength die and all of that. Jeez. We do have a lot of heroics. Let's do a true strike one. Immunity. Put 2 of these in the Devastate. Spend the time. Lose an agility die. Okay. And then piercing. Which doesn't matter who drinks it. Alright. Oh no, I'm still taking 2 damage and 1 poison. Actually, why am I... Oh, because I didn't use Feint. Okay, let's Feint then. And that gives me a 6. That then ignores that. Alright, cool. Perfect. Flawless round. Alright. And that is the 4th out of 4 victories. We're 4 for 4. And we got 11 Pentagons. Which is enough to get Bull Rush. Great. Aggression is now fully filled out, and we can now go into the last boss, or last dungeon. I'm not going to continue the run. I'm going to go to the Gauntlet menu. We can go into the Smoldering Ruins now. But we are 4 for 4, and we in fact got 11 experience in each of these, which is nice. And let's see, we used the Alchemist twice, we've used the Hunter twice, we used the Druid twice, and we used the Warden and the Slayer once, which kind of makes it sound like we're going to use the Warden and the Slayer in round 5. I don't know if that's necessarily wise, we'll see. But that kind of seems like how that's shaping up if we're trying to be all balanced and stuff. Alright, it is 9:16. I'm not going to continue this tonight. I can't believe I thought I would do this in one single stream. Jeez. But thank you for watching part 2 of the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet. We are 1 match away from pulling this off, and it requires me to beat the Smoldering Ruins. Hopefully it doesn't go that badly. We do at least have 2 heroic dice for free. Whee! Fearlessness! But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream. I am Dolphin, and I stream every Friday at 7 p.m. If you want to see other streams on this channel, we have Handelabra live every Tuesday with Jeremy, sometimes, and John, who like to preview and demo content before it is publicly available. I think recently, I haven't been tuning in because I work Tuesday evenings, but recently they have been demoing Aeon's End. I think Aeon's End is in beta. They've been doing dev streams on Wednesday afternoons. I know they've done those past 2 weeks. You can follow this channel and also follow the Twitter account and find our Discord as well. We have a Discord to get all of these sorts of announcements for those kinds of streams. If you backed the Kickstarter, you've also gotten Kickstarter updates that alert you to these streams. But yeah, there's Handelabra live on Tuesday, sometimes dev streams on Wednesday. Dolphins Dive Friday, like tonight. Tomorrow night is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover at 8 p.m., a brother-sister duo who like to play games together. And not this coming Sunday, but generally Sundays at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. He's canceled this week, but he should be back next week, I would say. If you like One Deck Dungeon, or if you like One Deck Dungeon, you probably already have it. If you've watched the stream and you're interested in getting One Deck Dungeon, it is available on Steam and iOS and Android devices. It is now available on phone, which is great because you could play it more mobilely, like on the toilet, like I tend to do sometimes. But you also can play it on, tablets like iPad. You can play it on Steam, of course. But lots of avenues to play the game. You can also get the physical game, and certainly if you don't trust that the dice in the digital game are properly implemented, which they are properly implemented, by the way, but if you don't trust those dice, you can just play the physical game and roll the dice yourself, and you can see how much more work is involved when you have to manually track these things. I really love the digital implementations of these physical games. Although physical games are fun when you're playing with friends, playing the digital game makes it so you don't have to clean up when you're done, especially if you're playing solo. So yeah, that's One Deck Dungeon. Sentinels of the Multiverse, I also play, not this week, but I do play it regularly. We did an Oblivion game last week, which, spoilers, I won. And we also had Dolphins Dive number 100 2 weeks ago. Woo! And I have not played Bottom of the Ninth. I probably will not play Bottom of the Ninth on the stream, but when Aeon's End does come out, you can expect some streams from me as far as strategy goes there. I don't think I have anything else to announce, so thank you all for watching, especially for sticking around, those who are watching live. Unfortunately, we had 2 OBS disconnects, but thank you for sticking, and thank you for watching on YouTube or any other avenue. Love you all. Have a good night. Bye.